today we're going to start with one of my favorite microphones that I have, and I've started to have an addiction to microphones. So I have a ton of them here, and the audio you're hearing right now is not from the pod mic right now. It is from a shotgun mic that's on a boom arm right out of frame, and it's the Rode VideoMic Pro. It's kind of been my go-to mic for a long time for this channel and for the other channel. So what you are hearing is the Rode VideoMic Pro. We're gonna switch over to the Rode Pod mic. Let's talk about the Rode Pod mic, what this mic has to offer really quick. We'll talk about the build quality, take a look at it. And again, price on here is 99 bucks. And you can find it on Amazon, you can find it on B&H. Just be aware, this mic sells out quite a bit. And that's probably because of the pandemic. You know, everybody's home now. Podcasts are booming right now. Everybody's starting to do things online and they want good audio. So they go for the pod mic. It's very cheap, 99 bucks for fantastic sound quality. So we're gonna switch over right now to the sound quality of the pod mic, just so you can get an idea. We're gonna talk about the specs really quick, and then we'll do some comparisons. You know, we're gonna put this mic up against the Shure SM7B today, so you can get an idea of how good this $99 microphone is. So let's switch over. All right, guys, so this is the audio of the pod mic, and I do have this plugged into the Rodecaster Pro. But before we get into that and we do sound tests, let's talk about this microphone. Again, 99 bucks, a dynamic podcasting mic, broadcast quality microphone, and it's optimized to work hand in hand with something like the Rodecaster Pro. The Rodecaster Pro does have built-in settings to give the pod mic kind of the best chance of success, the best sound, the best EQ settings, the best compressor settings. You can go in and you can adjust all kinds of things. They have a de-esser in there, a compressor in there, a big bottom to get that bass sound that you want, that people, you know, tend to like. So lots of options. The problem with that is the Rodecaster Pro is very expensive, right? It's about 600 bucks. So you might want to get a mic like this because it's cheap, 99 bucks for a great sounding microphone. But the other part of that is the Rodecaster Pro. Now, saying that, you don't need the Rodecaster Pro to use this mic. This is an XLR microphone. And let's just finish with the specs really quick, and then I'll give you some options of what you can use besides a $600 mixer on here to get this type of audio. So again, a dynamic microphone, and it does have a cardioid polar pattern on here, which means when I turn this microphone again, you're going to hear the difference in sound. So you want to keep this mic pretty much in front of you or off to the side a little bit, and you can hear the difference when the mic comes around, how much of a difference it does make as far as sound quality goes. You know, I'm not the big tech guy, the tech specs, tons and tons of channels out there that do that, but the frequency range on here is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. The output connection, of course, is an XLR cable, and phantom power is not required to use this mic. So that's a really cool thing right there. And I believe the weight on this is a little over 2 pounds. Again, designed to work directly with the Rodecaster Pro. And this thing is built like a tank, guys. All metal, solid metal build, very heavy microphone. It does have an internal pop filter for those plosives, but you might want to, you know, consider getting another pop filter to help with those plosives. The pop filter that's built in internally in here is not the best. It does a decent job, but you can make this sound better with one of those pop filters. And I just use something like this that comes from B&H. You can get this for around 10 bucks at B&H Photo, and it works very well as far as the plosives. So you can hear just right out of the box how the plosives are. Peter Piper picked a pepper. Peter Piper picked a pepper. So you do have to be careful. Again, throw a pop filter on it. It will give you a cleaner and better sound on here. So again, this is plugged into the Rodecaster Pro right now. So I'm going to show you guys and compare so you guys can see. You know, I do have the Shure SM7B right here, and this microphone is considered to be one of the best microphones, you know, on the planet. However, it's very expensive. It's a $400 dynamic microphone that you do need phantom power to run off of. So, and this is what the Shure SM7B sounds like. So you can see here, it's got a fantastic sound, right? The difference is this is a very hungry microphone. So I am running a cloud lifter to this microphone, and I do not have a cloud lifter on the pod mic, but you can see how good the pod mic sounds without a cloud lifter. And I could, boost the signal and get a little cleaner sound, a little clean gain boost on here with a Cloud Lifter. But you do not need it if you don't want to spend the money. A Cloud Lifter runs for about, I don't know, what is it, $150 for just a single one, where you can use one XLR microphone to it. And then the Shure SM7B, this does need that help, right? This mic is very old at this point. So a very old mic compared to a very new mic, this does need a little bit of help. So a Cloud Lifter is highly recommended if you're going to use a mic like this. But again, a $400 microphone here compared to a $100 microphone here. So you can see there is a difference in sound. Now my settings on the EQs for both of these mics are set to exactly the same. There's no difference, but you can see how good the PodMic sounds. And this mic here, the Shure SM7B, is 4 times as expensive as the PodMic. But again, I do recommend a pop filter for this microphone. I'm not going to use it. Now, saying all that, you've heard the comparison between this mic and this mic. So now we're going to move on. If you don't have the money for, a Rodecaster Pro, again, this mic, there is a built-in setting for the PodMic in the Rodecaster Pro. If you don't have that type of money, that type of budget, if you just want to start with something a little cheaper, you can pick up this mic here, and you can also pick up the Focusrite Solo. I do have a Focusrite Solo in-house. We're going to test that out right now. I'm going to plug the PodMic into that. It's a second generation one, so it's a little older. That cost me $70. So for $170, this is the type of audio you can get for that. So you can see the PodMic still sounds good, even using that. So if you want to start a podcast, you can plug the Focusrite directly into your computer, record the audio into Audacity. You can even use QuickTime if you have a Mac. I'm sure there's plenty of options on Windows as well, but you don't need to break the bank to get crystal clear audio. And again, if you don't want to go this route, there are plenty of other options. So the Rode PodMic, fantastic, dynamic. I don't want to call it a starter microphone because it's really good, right? It's $99. It's a cheap entry-level microphone, but at the same time, it's built like a tank. It looks really good, and for me, looks, they go a long way. I want my microphone not only to sound good, I want it to look good. And the PodMic delivers on both of those. I do think you should put a Cloud Lifter on here, but it's not necessary. This is what it would sound like without a Cloud Lifter. And if you have the money, and you want to do a podcast with multiple people, then something like the Rodecaster Pro would be the perfect option for that. But there are tons and tons of mixers that could handle this microphone. It's just, what's your budget? What do you want? What do you want to use it for? If you want to start a YouTube channel, you can use this. You can record your audio directly into your computer, sync up your audio and video in post, and have crystal clear audio just like you hear now. So lots of options, guys. But the PodMic, I highly recommend it. A fantastic microphone for podcasts, for live streaming, for YouTube videos, content. You can throw it on a boom arm. If you want to throw it on a boom arm, you can have it on this stand here that I'm using for this video. So lots of options with the Rode PodMic. $100, guys, but that's it. Moving forward on this channel, we are going to review lots of things like I talked about earlier in the video. But that's it, guys. We're going to end it here. I'll be back soon. Peace.